Welcome back to the Ministry of Interior Affairs, where today we're taking a closer look inside the 2022 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. The redesigned 2022 Hyundai Tucson hits the Canadian market among a very crowded group of compact SUVs. But the pool of hybrid competition is relatively thin. The Tucson is one of only 3 hybrid compact SUVs sold in our market. We recently tested the Tucson Hybrid head-to-head against this segment's bestseller, the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. Find out the results in our comparison test feature. Here at the Ministry of Interior Affairs, we focus on vehicle interiors in excruciating detail. And with the Tucson entering its 4th generation for the 2022 model year, there's plenty to talk about. Here we're examining the interior of the top grade, the Tucson Hybrid Ultimate, which is priced in Canada at $43,524, including destination fees. Let's start with the updated interior design. Hyundai's design studios are not timid about stepping outside the box and giving each of the brand's vehicles a unique character. I've been hot and cold on Hyundai and Kia interiors over the years, but in my view, the interior on this Tucson Hybrid Ultimate knocks it out of the park. The clean lines and different uses of color and material are visually interesting yet tasteful, and the fabric and gloss piano black accents lift it to a level of refinement beyond its price point. This is one handsome looking car, and it's made even better by the expansive panoramic sunroof, which is standard on hybrid Tucsons and floods the cabin with natural light. Hyundai also tends to go big on feature content, and we see that reflected here. Heated front seats are standard in all Tucsons, a heated steering wheel is close to standard, and ventilated front seats, heated rear seats, and a wireless charging pad are standard in all hybrid models, not just this top Ultimate trim. Several of these features would require spending at least a couple $1,000s more to access in the Tucson's competition. All Tucson hybrids come with a 10.25-inch fully digital instrument cluster, which allows Hyundai's blind view monitor system to be included in the Ultimate grade. This safety feature overlays a camera view of each side's blind spot on the speedometer and tachometer circles when the corresponding turn signal is activated. It's a popular feature, but I still tend to use my mirrors. However, I appreciate that this system doesn't use the center infotainment screen as Honda's system does, so I find it less distracting. What it would be nice to see more of on this display is information on how a driver's accelerating and braking style is affecting the Tucson Hybrid's efficiency. There is a graphic that shows power flow between the engine, electric motor, and battery, but using it takes over the middle portion of the instrument cluster, and other than a tiny graphic that shows when an EV mode is on or off, there's little feedback on how acceleration or braking is reducing fuel use or recharging the battery. Hyundai has these systems employed in other vehicles, so it's puzzling that they're not included here. There's also no button to force the Tucson Hybrid into EV mode as is found in the RAV4 Hybrid. This only works for very brief periods in a conventional hybrid anyway, but people do enjoy having flexibility. In fact, there aren't very many buttons in the Tucson Hybrid Ultimate at all, which leads us into its greatest flaw. Either Hyundai's designers missed the enormous uproar that ensued when Honda tried removing volume and tuning knobs from its infotainment systems a few years ago, or they thought that a touchscreen flooded world might be ready for it. The flat touch-activated surfaces don't offer any haptic feedback, and the driver needs to look down to find them. The only hard buttons for volume and tuning are on the steering wheel and require flipping up and down in single-click increments, making a quick reduction of volume to yell at your kids or order a coffee a slow process. Adding knobs isn't exactly a quick over-the-air fix, and unfortunately, Hyundai may field complaints about this one for a while. Or maybe the world is ready for it and I'm getting old. Time will tell. The rest of the infotainment system in the Ultimate grade is displayed on a 10.52-inch high-resolution touchscreen with the same operating system found in other new Hyundai and Kia vehicles. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay functionality is standard, which is where a lot of owners will want to spend their time because radio action in particular has its flaws. The big retro light bulb style graphics denoting the station numbers look very cool, but they're disproportionately large compared to other elements on the screen that I actually use, such as the preset buttons. I like to use a lot of these, so it drives me nuts that I can only cycle through them in one direction. If I'm on page 2 and I want to get to a station on page 1, I need to hit the tiny button 3 times to get back to it. And I can't set the stations in whatever order I want, they sort themselves into numerical order. Hyundai went backward a couple of steps with this implementation, but fortunately this is only software, and it's possible we'll see updates offered down the road if enough owners dislike the design. The shifter is a button style, and while traditionalists may prefer the lever still found in other vehicles like the RAV4, this does remove obstacles from the top of the center console, which is quite tall already. Front row storage is a little below average for the segment, with 2 cup holders in the center, 1 in each door surrounded by small pockets, and a pair of small pockets built in underneath the center console that are only a couple inches deep and don't pass through the middle. The center storage bin is fairly deep, but only wide enough to fit a small wallet or wristlet. Behind the wireless charging pad are the front row's 2 USB-A ports. There are no USB-C ports here as of yet, and a 12-volt outlet. For second row passengers, access is easy with a wide door opening, and legroom is more plentiful than its direct competition at 1,050 millimeters. The headroom measurement is less favorable at 983 millimeters, but among compact hybrid SUVs, 2 centimeters more is the most that's available. On top of the heated rear seats, the seat backs are tilting, and there are 2 USB-A ports in the back of the center console. Latch-connected child seats can be installed in either the 2 outboard positions or the center position, but not in all 3 at once. There are 2 small cup holders in the fold-down center armrest, and 2 in the doors that are secure enough to keep larger puddles from moving around, but no other storage is available other than some seat back netting. For Driving.ca, I'm Stephanie Wallcraft. For more interior deep dive features, click the bell to subscribe or follow us on social media.